really, I'm really, again, I'm really happy with the room right now, especially effort. And today was one of our better practices.
Has Wilson been has he taken to it like you thought he would? I mean, just what's your take on him?
My best compliment to him, I told him, I was like, you don't act like a freshman. You know, when he first got in, he'll tell you, you know, it was kind of a culture change. The kids should still be in high school, and he's just doing a phenomenal job. Whether I'm throwing him at Z, at X, his mental retention's really good. He really wants to learn from the guys. He's buying into the culture. So everything he's doing right now is on the right track, and I'm excited for him to continue to take small steps.
How was Austin responding to the coming back?
Really good. Day one of spring till now, it's been a steady improvement. It's been great.
Brian, this setback for Cam, how tough is that? You guys wanted to see him out here this spring.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, because, you know, one, he's such a great guy, and you know, you want guys to earn things, but you know, he's attacked it the right way, whether it be the weight room or academics and studying and being in my hip, and he really is a great, you know, young man from a great family. So if anyone can weather the storm, it's him. But it is a blow to our unit because I think he adds a lot of value to our room.
Brian,
Yes.
and we all saw what Chris Olave did at the end of the season. What is the biggest thing you wanted him to improve on so far in the spring, and where is he at in that track?
Yeah, it's, you know, to me, I always talk to the guys, man. I mean, in the end, greatness is only measured one way, and it's by consistency. Everyone makes, and again, I say it a lot, and I'll say it to you guys, everyone makes the same shot that Michael Jordan makes. They just don't make it as consistently. They don't make it, you know, at the crunch times, you know, so everyone can do it. But the question is, how often can you do it? So challenging his consistency, challenging how dominant he can be when the ball's in the air, how often is it yours versus it being knocked down or you're covered. So again, his level of consistency will change whether he's a good player or he's a great player.
How close is he getting to that? Is this something that's going to take a long time?
It takes a long time. People work for years to become as consistent as possible, but he's on the right track.
What kind of strides have you seen from Jalen Gill so far this spring?
Great strides. He's one of the guys that I've made probably the biggest jumps. He's playing fast. He's in my hip. He wants to learn and learn. He's doing a great job with his academics off the field. So, you know, there's still things we got to clean up, and he knows that, and we'll keep that between us. But in the end, he's doing a great job on the field, and I'm excited for him.
Obviously, you had a couple guys in Paris and Terry who could really make a lot of big plays for this offense last year. Who do you think are the guys who can kind of step up and fill those roles and kind of be big play guys?
I think they all can. I don't think there's one guy that can't make those plays. They're all fast, they're all strong, they're all working hard. So it's about, at some point, at the point in time, it's who's going to make those plays when they have the opportunity, and we're going to find out. In the end, right now, it's all about reps, how many reps, how often are we executing, and can we do it day in and day out.
Brian said Austin's at Z now. How is he handling that?
Yeah, it's great, smart. You know, he's able to make that transition because, you know, in the end, I would need to get the best three guys on the field at all time. So to have Ben and Austin in the same position, that doesn't help anybody. So moving Austin over there, get three seniors on the field and play ball was good.
We don't talk about KJ Hill enough, I don't think.
No.
So feel free. Like, what does he do for this room? He just seems like a calming influence for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything he doesn't do. So, you know, to me, he's not going to be a Paris Campbell burner, but there's a lot of things that he does that Paris maybe didn't do. And he's being a great leader. He's growing up, you know, and I think that, you know, it's an absolute pleasure, and we are blessed to have him back this year. And I'm glad that he came back to not only lead this group, stay on my hip, and just get better. So KJ Hill is a phenomenal spot, and he's a, you know, staple right now in our receiver room.
And it's always fun, I'm sure, for you to see guys go to the NFL and get drafted. When he came back, was there a little...
Yeah, of course. I mean, but I think it was the best thing for him. So it wasn't just like, you know, I tricked a guy. It's not what it was. You know, it's like it was the best thing for him. And now this last year to make that next step and get outside and learn the outside route tree and really what do the guys do on the outside that he never really does on the inside. Working those skills will be huge for him. And he's doing a phenomenal job, both leading by example and communicating with the guys.
Hey, Brian, forgive me if I'm talking out of turn.
You are.
I'm just remembering it wrong. But when you left for the NFL, I think people were surprised that you went a year early.
Oh, that's true.
So, like, being...
Well, you guys. I mean, most maybe other people.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't involved in the decision.
No,
so
it
what
was...
do you remember about that? And does that, like,
no,
give
I
you
remember,
a unique perspective
yeah,
when you're
for
talking
me,
to a guy like him?
Yeah, for me it was, I had my blessings of my coaches, and that's what I needed. You know, I didn't need any blessings from anybody outside the building. My family really wasn't involved. It was just like, hey, Brian, you can kind of pick your own choice. But in the end, I think that was the main part for me. And I graduated. That was a big part of the discussion. But KJ's completely different. He's a better player. And I think that in the end, the skill set he wanted to work on is why he came back. And again, we're very blessed to have him.
If you had to pick a hands guy right now, who would it be?
A hands guy?
Yeah, a hands guy.
Best hands?
Yeah, reliability
KJ.
guy.
KJ Hill's got probably the best hands I've seen in a long time. So that ball's near him, it's eaten up, and he's done a great job with it. And as long as he stays locked in and go, because the only drops he had last year was just because maybe it was late in the game and he was frustrated and he let it get to him mentally. But he's got great ball skills.
When you talk about consistency, is that reliability too? I mean,
oh, of course. Of course. I mean, in the end, the most consistent, usually the most reliable. When the game comes down to it, you have that feeling, where do you want the ball to go and who do you want on the field? And KJ is at the top of the list.
Brian, you talked about how there are so many players in this room that you feel like can step in
of course.
And play. You know, how much do you evaluate the depth chart practice by practice, or are you just kind of evaluating guys throughout the spring and then kind of, you know,
it's a daily
make
evaluation.
Yeah,
it's a daily. I obviously taking notice of the depth chart when it comes to recruiting, but in the end, day to day, making sure these guys are healthy. I mean, I'm a really good coach when my best players are on the field. But so to me, it's my job to make sure that I protect them from themselves. We have a lot of guys, every guy really, that when I ask them to go, they go. So if I ask them to go too many times, something's going to give sometimes. So I got to make sure I'm gathering information on their body, how they feel, what's tight, what's not, and then sometimes I adjust reps based on that, just so we can keep guys healthy.
Well, I don't know if you've been asked about Ben Victor.
Yep.
Sorry. Consistency has been the issue with him.
Yep.
Have you seen that develop this spring?
It's coming. It's coming. It still needs to get better. It's the best it's ever been. But he knows, and he's now developed into a harder critic or a harder evaluator on himself than me. So he'll tell you the same thing, but we can never be good enough. But it's coming, and he has to keep getting better.
I mean, again, you lost 3 senior captains. It's hard to do and not drop off. But I know what the talent is in the room, and the standard is set. How confident are you that the production from that unit will be as good or better than it was last year?
Oh, very good. You know, to me, it'll be all based. It'll be based on opportunities, how we're going. I mean, obviously, I think there's going to be some things we're probably doing a little different than we did last year, just like anything. You know, our offense is always geared to our skill set and what our skill set is best throughout the board, whether it be O-line or quarterback or running back and ourselves. So the offense, you know, fundamentally could maybe be tweaked a little bit, but execution-wise, there's going to be opportunities, and I'm very confident in our group.
Obviously, those receivers have had to build rapport with new quarterbacks this year, and Justin and Matt. How much have you seen that rapport, that chemistry grow over the course
it's great, and a lot of the credit is to the quarterbacks. I mean, they've done a great job reaching out to us, and again, it's a two-way conversation, so we've done a great job reaching back, and I think that that's continuing to grow. Like I said, back to last spring, when we kind of had a new quarterback stepping in, the growth we had from spring to fall was paramount, and we have to add that again, but I think we're on a really good track.
Brian, a guy like Jalen Harris is entering his 3rd year here. Where does he fit into the rotation? What does he need to improve on going into that 3rd year?
Same thing. Every guy in our room can do it, you know, once. But it's like, which guys do it either every time, every now and then, or like, so where do you fall? So to me, you keep chasing that every time word, and you continue to execute when the ball's in the air your way, and when the ball's not in your way, how often are you open? Would you have been able to catch the ball? So again, it's never good enough. We're always getting better, but again, he's on a good track too, and I think that in our room, I'm really, really excited come through summer and fall and the work we've done so far in spring.
Has his development allowed the Austin Mack move to be like easier for you?
Yeah, it helps, definitely. I think that says a lot about it. If maybe I didn't feel like the number 2 guy or the guy next guy up or in tempo who am I subbing with, you know, if I didn't feel good about Jalen Harris, it'd be hard to make that move. But with Jalen Harris and how he's coming, that's a great example of why I feel comfortable moving Austin.